right, good morning. It is kind of a boring day, but then I thought, you know what? Like, this might be good for people to see as well. I know I have some dance studio owner friends that follow along on this, and so, I want them to know they're not alone when we have these kind of boring days and days that we feel like, you got to do the things, but are you really taking a step forward? You kind of feel like you've wasted a whole day on something. I think it's good for those guys to know that they're not alone. Oh, hold on. I have a phone call coming in. I'll catch you up in a minute. Okay, I'll have to catch you guys up with the rest of my not fun stuff I'm doing today here on my way home. But I have a good friend over here where I go to my CPA, and so I stopped by to meet her for lunch and take a look at her new business. So she doesn't want to be on camera. She's hiding from me somewhere, but she just kind of a shout out for all those hardworking ladies, right? This is one of her multiple businesses. So I'm in one of her 2 warehouses right now. That's only half of it. The other half goes this way. For one of her businesses, and then she also owns dance studios, so we get to chat about all the dance studio stuff. But yeah, just kind of fun once you get into the business stuff. It's fun to see how else you can take what you've learned and put it to work in other businesses. So we're gonna go out for lunch, and then I'm headed back to Cedar Falls. All right, guys, I am on my way back from my exciting morning. But I did get a little bit of excitement in there, and I got to show you guys that. But so I think we got interrupted by a phone call. So let me catch back up here. So exciting day. I had a phone call appointment scheduled on my drive to my CPA with the insurance agent. So. Actually, I have multiple insurance agents for different things, so this was one. And so anyway, talking more about employees and that type of insurance, health insurance and benefits and all that fun stuff. So talked with him on the way over for a little bit, and then had that call that was actually from a staff member so took that call and talked with her a little bit, and just preparing for something, and then went over to the CPA. So if you guys have been watching the vlog, you remember that my other tax preparer lady broke up with me. She fired me, and she said, this is getting, a little over where I'm comfortable at, my wheelhouse, let's call it. And, I don't want to do anything wrong, she said. I want to make sure that that everything's right for you and you don't have any issues. And we just got into some stuff with investors and construction and FF&E and all that stuff that it all kind of hit at once, right, with the building and the move and the build out and all the things. And so she was looking at my 2023 stuff. She's like, I just don't know what to do. So that was back in March at the first of our 2 scheduled tax appointments. She fired me, and for the best reasons, but I was without a CPA, and I don't know if you know anything about this, but if you do, they're hard to find, period. Impossible to find in March. Like, they're not taking on new clients in March. And so anyway, if you're looking for a job, there's a shortage for sure of CPAs. So anyway, that's a great thing to get into, just saying. So I found a great CPA that I'm excited to work with this firm. It was referred to me by my friend who owns businesses, and who happens to own a dance studio is one of the businesses that she owns too. So we have that in common. We grew up dancing together. We've known each other since we were kids. Traveled together, done all sorts of fun things together. Competed together. So we, I'm very fortunate to have her in my life for sure. And it just so happens that we both grew up to to own dance studios, and not just dance studios, but grow them into like a legit business instead of more like a hobby business, right? So it's really neat to have her in my life for sure. And I hope that I provide her, with support and, some advice here and there as well. So anyway, got the new CPA. Excited about that. I think it's going to be a good change. But yeah, that's all part of all of this. And these are the things that I think they're kind of boring. So a lot of us don't talk about. But it is part of running a larger small business. I don't have a whole department that's going to take care of finances for me, but I have employees and I have contractors, and we're dealing with a lot of transactions and a lot of money in and a lot of money out, to the point where you really can't or shouldn't be doing it yourself either. And so, even the tax preparers, right? Like some of them, it's like, this is too complicated. So yeah, you just get stuck in that middle place where it's like, yeah, we're not a huge corporation that just has a whole department that handles this stuff. So as small business owners, we do have to take the day to go to CPA appointments, to go to insurance appointments. And when you're in more of a niche business like we are, you tend to have to kind of go out of your area to find somebody who works with other businesses like yours. And so that's kind of what we end up having to do as well, is drive to Des Moines or drive to some different areas where we can find somebody who's familiar with working with dance studios, and you maybe own some other LLCs, but they're familiar with the dance studio, that being our biggest, our most complicated business. I will just say that. Like, the dance studio is by far the most complicated business that we own, for sure. And I think that's true for most. So having somebody who has some understanding of the business, or the dance studio business, is definitely helpful. So sometimes you have to drive for that. So then it's like, that's a day of your life, right? Here and there. And again, when you're running a business this size, it's not once a year, twice a year. It's often. It's often that you're reconciling things and making sure that you're on the right path and you're paying all the right taxes and all the fun things. So yeah, that's my morning. I did get to have lunch with my friend as well, not only to see her new warehouse there, which was cool, but also have lunch with her. So we talk on the phone multiple times a week, but we don't get to see each other much because we're both very, very busy. Oftentimes we are only, an hour or two away from each other. We don't live that far away from each other, but we're both extremely busy. And so we end up talking on the phone as we drive places and things like that, which is awesome. But I actually got to see her today, got to have lunch with her, so that's awesome as well. Definitely makes the morning a little bit brighter. Now I'm on my way back to Cedar Falls, and it is our first night. Does that make sense? Our first night of 24-25. Next week we're headed into week 2. So that's good. We like to get through week 1. It's a huge hurdle. There's always so much going on. New systems. It's like starting fresh. It's just like a school year. There's so much new things that come out, and anyway. And of course that's us. We're always pushing the bar to be as excellent as we can be. So anyway, that's what I know. I don't know if I'll vlog anymore today because it's really not going to be any more exciting. I've got some schedules that I need to make for this week. For week 1, we go a little extra with helping people line up and making sure that people know where they're supposed to be, that we don't do week 2 and on. And so there's kind of some very special week 1 schedules that get made that allow everybody to know, hey, be on the lookout for this class, make sure you're sending them up to the studio and those types of things that we don't do other times. And so we do want to finish that schedule up. I'm trying to think what else I have. I didn't put too many things on my list today, knowing that I would be out of town for a good portion of the day. But I do know I need to finish that up. And I feel like there's definitely more things. I just don't remember what they are. So yeah, we'll get back to the office and get some of those things done, but nothing too terribly exciting. Maybe I'll show you, for the studio owners that watch, maybe I'll show you like our bag tags and our check-in and out system. That's kind of interesting. I think it's all new, so keep that in mind. But yeah, it's, you know, we're always trying to think about how we can improve and scale. It's not even, I mean, it's both of those things, but some of it is just required due to the increase of students as well. So there's that. And then we like to up level on top of that. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna keep driving. I will catch you guys when we get back to Cedar Falls. All right, home sweet home. Ooh, the radio's loud. Home sweet home. Our in and out arrows seem to be working pretty good. I don't know if we have any people hitting the cones or anything like that, but as far as customers, you know, feedback, it sounds like they like it and enjoy it, and it seems to be helping congestion in the parking lot. And then I don't really have any data, but I haven't seen any semis in the parking lot either. So Brittany is here. We're gonna go in and see what's going on. All right, good morning. Well, sorry, warped ahead here. I kind of got busy last night and forgot about you guys. I am so sorry. But we were, you know, busy, lots of enrollments, lots of kids on Thursday nights. So we were focused on them and getting everybody to where they need to be and all the things. So that was last night. And by the time I thought of it, it was way too late, and it was dark when I was driving home, and I was like, well, we'll wrap it up tomorrow then. So I'm going to talk a little bit about week 1, and yeah, go into that a little bit. Just a reminder, there was a comment made last night, and it came back to the vlogs, which I was really surprised by. Just a reminder, the designated audience for this are people that want to know the behind the scenes stuff. You know, if you're a current customer at ADC, you can't get mad than knowing the behind the scene details of maybe how many enrollments we have, or, you know, what percentage a certain program is of our program. Like, you're signing up to get those kind of behind the scenes type stuff if you're here. So just a blanket statement. I think it's common sense, but maybe I didn't make that clear. Like, that's what this channel is. It's me. It's my life as a CEO of a small business. You know, it's not something that I'm just like, oh, this is normally what I would like be feeding my customers all the time. You know, this is more for people who own small businesses, who just really, really love the dance studio and want to know the behind the scenes, but you have to also be able to handle it. It's a double-edged sword. You know, when you are having a surgery or something, like, do you really want to know all the details about the surgery, or do you just really kind of just want to have it happen and have the great results of the surgery? Some of us just want the surgery. I don't want to hear all the gory details. I don't want to hear what they're cutting into me and doing. No way. But other people do. So this is for the people who want to know all the details of the surgery, and some of them aren't pretty. That's just part of, I mean, that's life, right? And also a lot of dance studio owners, not a lot, but a handful or two of dance studio owners watch this as well. And so it's really for them, small business owners, people who are growing and changing and challenging themselves. You know, so just little, I guess, preface there that maybe I didn't make clear from the get-go. I do weekly videos as well directly for our customers. So that's more that type of information. This is different. This is different. So yeah. That's life, right? You get all the feedback. Good, bad, otherwise, stuff that you're like, what the heck? Okay, I'm getting a phone call. Well, that's fine. We're gonna shut this down and I'll wrap up week 1 once we get to the building. Bye, guys. All right, hey guys, this is crazy. There's just so much to do always. So I'll show you my computer here. I just got one more thing done. Let's zoom out so you can see all my tasks. Hold on. Why are we not zooming out? There it goes. Sorry. Okay, so you can take a look here at my Friday, which is right here. So there's still a few things from Thursday to get done. And then Friday, all of these things, it is now almost 4 o'clock. I was supposed to be home at 4 o'clock. All of these things, well, that's done, I guess. There's a couple on there that are done. But most of them need to get done yet. This is the life, I'm telling you. Anyway, all we can do is continue to strive to be better each day. But we are going to knock this one off because it is done. And then we are going to shut this down for now. I will obviously be headed back to the office at home later tonight. But we're going to pack up and I'm going to show you a few things that I promised to show you about our back to dance week, our week 1. The bag tags and the card system for checking in and checking out. So I'm going to pack up all my stuff, get my bag ready, head out of the office, and then I will show you those things really quick. Okay, we're in Brittany's office really quickly. She actually headed out on time, which, well, no, probably still late, but close to on time, which is good. We're all trying to get back onto a schedule and routine after the busy time. But I wanted to show you our bag tags. I'm going to cover the kiddo's name, but they have their name on the front here on a sticker, and then they have their classes on the back. This kiddo's only in 1 class, so that's easy enough. I think a lot of these, well, these would be kids that didn't show up for week 1. Oh, here's one. So if they have multiple classes, it looks like this, and then it goes, the different colors of the studio that they're in is what you're seeing outlined there. So that's really helpful. They came in really handy with a lot of our kids, little kids, big kids. It was a ton of work and kind of took Brittany out for the whole week, which is something we're going to have to look at for next year because that was pretty much her sole job the entire week, for the most part, was getting that done. And then the desk is a little bit messier than I like it to be, but we're getting there. There's some odds and ends. We still have some shoes to hand out, either people that missed this week or they, where's the garbage can at? Nope, the garbage can does not go here. Nope, it does not go here. Oh, these are the things. These are the things. I don't know. Okay, anyway. All right, so this is all we have left for shoes, though. That's not bad. We probably have some in Denver at our other location as well, but that's pretty good. So bag tags and then the card system I was going to show you guys really quickly as well. And then I got to head out because my husband has a second job. Oh, look, I left my random bag here. That's mine. Just left it sitting here. Things happen. My husband has a second job because, you know, all the things. And so he is trying to get to that tonight. I was supposed to be home like now. But anyway, so I'm going to show you these cards quick. So we have each of our, in Cedar Falls, we have 6 studios and they each have a color. And so this is gray. So I didn't have gray, but pink, blue, gray, green, and purple. And so, and we have black, but black is only older kids. So we don't do this with the oldest kids. But we have cards, 1 and then 1 with a hook. This goes on the dancers dance, their bag tag. and the parent gets the 1. And then 2 and 2. So when it's time to go, we can easily match up the parent with the kiddo when it's time to leave and make sure we have the right kiddo. We have 2 containers here just because we have back-to-back classes. And so we might be checking in a whole second set of Pink Studio friends while the Pink Studio friends are still coming downstairs. So that's why we have 2 sets of them, and the numbers are different. So one set starts at 1 and one set starts at 21. Yeah, because we only have 18 to 20 kids in a class, tops, depending on the age and stuff. So yeah, fun. But the good thing is week 1 is done, and you know, everyone survived, everyone lived. Life is good. We had lots of smiling kids, lots of happy parents. Ooh, that's not locked. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can't see. Right there, that deadbolt's not locked. There we go. Okay. I think everything else is good. But no, we had lots of happy parents, lots of happy kids. You know, that's really rewarding, especially when you have people who have never been here. They're really impressed with what we're doing. You know, their experiences in other things, they're like, oh, my, you know, older son did football and baseball and soccer, and nothing is this organized, and nothing's this, like, take this much care, you know, for the kids. And that feels really good to hear every once in a while. So, yeah, all right, hold on a sec. We gotta set the, hi, close up. We gotta set the alarm. Okay. All right, so we're out. We're out for the night. Brittany's out, and that's so good. I'm glad she got out of here on time. She's worked a ton of extra hours. But it's kind of, you know, core values. We have one that's called dedication. And when I created that, I really meant it. Like, I'm dedicated to this. This is, changing these kids' lives is really important to me. And I don't expect that of everybody that works for us, but I do expect it to be a priority. And so, anyway, I feel really good about Brittany being on board. She's, I think, a really great fit. Definitely see the dedication, the positivity, all the things. So we made it through week 1. She's still here, and that's good. It will calm down a little bit on the back end, and I'm really excited to get into a little breezy out here today. I like it. I don't like when it's too hot. So I'm really excited to get into more the routine of things. Those of you who've been following along, we haven't been in a routine, a very good routine, for a very long time. We have been in survival mode for a really long time as we've adjusted to the new building, moved, adjusted, made internal adjustments. It's very normal for staff turnover and things like that, as well as when you make big changes within a business. And so while core values and, you know, the curriculum and really the heart of it stay the same, there's obviously things that are going to change, and some people just don't, it just doesn't work for them anymore, and that's okay. And so, you know, we went through some changes in the last year or so as well, and so it's been, you know, a couple years of grinding and survival mode, and I'm really excited for this fall to, once we get through week 1, I think we are through week 1. I think we're going to get to this point of settling in, which I'm very much looking forward to. And by settling in, what I mean is getting a more routine schedule as far as when we work. Just simply when we work is a really good place to start. But then also how we do things, and really staying organized and making sure that we aren't just having to do all the urgent things all the time. You know, we're able to do other things that are important, maybe aren't so urgent, but are also important. Like, our meetings, checking in with meetings. We haven't had as many of our normal check-ins with staff in the last few weeks as we normally would. We do have a staff meeting coming up on Sunday, but still, I like to check in with staff more one-on-one and things like that. But that's been really hard, difficult to do in the last few weeks. And so, yeah, just getting back into routine in general is going to be very, very good for us. I, as the CEO of the business, need to spend more time in our books and, with our numbers and where we're at. And, the truth of the matter is, whether you like it or not, doesn't matter. The fact is that when you run a business this large, someone has to be looking out for those things. Someone has to be watching spending, payroll. Someone has to be paying attention to all of those things, right? For Pete's sake, sorry, you're gonna see my road rage because people don't know how to drive, and it is super annoying. Just, if everyone just drove, this doesn't have to be a difficult thing. Sorry. This is where the sweet Allison leaves because people don't know how to drive, and it drives me crazy. It's not hard, you guys. It's not hard. It's really not. Anyway, yeah. So, I don't think I said anything inappropriate, though. That's good. That's good. But anyway, so getting back into the CEO role more, someone has to be. My business coach uses this example a lot, kind of like a ship, right? Like there has to be someone captaining the ship. Is that even a word? Being the captain of the ship, right? Someone has to be in that role to make sure that the whole ship doesn't crash and burn, right? And so that's hard for me. I'm still, learning to transition myself in and out of that and, understand that I don't, I get pulled back in, I get sucked back in very easily to doing all the things and helping with all the hands-on things. And then that leaves nobody who's watching out for the ship as a whole. And that's something that I'm excited to get back into. It is not the most fun thing, you guys. That's why I get sucked in to doing all this other stuff. But the truth of the matter is, even if money weren't an object, and I could spend $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year to hire somebody to come in and run the dance studio, be the CEO, it wouldn't matter. They still wouldn't be able to do it. Like, it's such a niche cliche, or not cliche, such a niche market of what we do, and then you throw core values and stuff like that in it as well. It's impossible to have somebody run it the way that I would at this point. And so it doesn't make sense, and nor do we have $100,000, $200,000 a year to put towards someone who's like a real CEO. I don't want to say I'm not a real CEO. I don't get paid like a real CEO, that's for sure. And because I love what I do, that I don't get paid what a normal CEO of a business this size would get paid, right? And it is what it is. Oh, here we go with people not knowing how to drive again. You shouldn't get passed on the right. If you're getting passed on the right, pay attention. You're not driving well. You're not driving well. All right. Anyway, so you guys have heard me talk a lot about on and off the preschool program, the art room and the art program, the music program. We have all of these great things that need to happen. We also have spaces still available for rent. Just overseeing staff in general and guiding staff to increase their leadership skills, overseeing curriculum in general, like all of those things then get put on the back burner when I get sucked into day-to-day. So I'm excited to get back into that stuff. Not only does that help, of course, the bottom line and the revenue of the business, but it also helps serve our mission of creating this environment where kids can learn these life lessons through dance, and trying to get more and more kids to be able to learn those lessons, not just through dance, but through, a fine arts preschool, through art, through music, right? Those can also be really good vehicles to learn those things through as well. So anyway, we are, in that transition process of getting Brittany trained more and having her feel like she's in the know, that she can handle things, and got through this big time of the season of open houses, back to dance in general, week 1 and all of that, training staff retreat. There's just a lot that happens at the beginning of the year, and now being able to settle in. Soon it will be costume time, picking costumes and music and all of that fun stuff as well, but I'm really excited to be able to step back in to being the captain for just a little bit, see where we're at, see where are we about ready to hit some rocks at, or what are we about ready to run into that I haven't even been able to see because I'm on the deck, right? And so I'm excited to jump back into that role and take a look around, see where we're at, assess, and go from there, and continue to steer the ship in the direction that we really want to head towards our goals, right? All right, guys, so that is the vlog for these 2 days anyway, and that gets us through week 1 of year 2 in the new building. I'm excited to keep showing you guys behind the scenes stuff. Just a reminder, I mentioned this earlier, it's just like, I'm going to use the analogy here of the surgery again. Like, if you don't want to know all of the nitty gritty, icky behind the scenes stuff, then don't watch this vlog. Like, that's what you're gonna see. You're gonna hear numbers, you're gonna hear the truth, you're gonna hear what's important for a business of this size behind the scenes. And if you're like, no, I just wanna have the surgery and not know all the details and like just have the great end result, then don't watch. Yeah. You guys, sometimes, I don't know, we're in this society where people complain about stuff, and it's like, then don't watch it, or don't do it. Don't be a part of it, right? If you're going to complain about dance, we don't want you at our studio, point blank. Like, no, that's not. Be happy and find the good things, or go somewhere else, or do something else. Or you can relate this to anything. If you're going to complain about your job every single day and be super miserable about it, find a new job, right? If you're going to complain about your dance studio every single day and be miserable about it, find a new dance studio, or find a new activity, right? Whatever it is, like, don't leave yourself in that position. Do something about it, make a change to make yourself happy. I know there are people out there that they just want to complain. I get it, but don't be one of them, right? Don't be one of them. But yeah, so anyway, you don't have to, no one's making you watch the videos. Nope. Watch them if you enjoy them, if you appreciate it, if you like it, if you find value in it. If you don't watch them. Yeah, it's really that simple. All right, guys, it's a Friday. Have a wonderful week, or weekend, and week ahead. I'm excited. I have a lot of work to do this weekend, but I'm excited to also get to do a little bit of mom things here and there as well, and spend some time with the family a little bit too. So, all right, guys, we will catch you later. Bye.